Hello everyone, for Brick's sake here. I want to talk today about this recurring issue I seem to be seeing on LEGO Ideas with, in particular, IP sets. So that's intellectual property. And so like TV shows, movies and everything. And one of the biggest IPs affected by this is The Office. Now, I'm a huge fan of The Office. Fun fact, when I watched it for the first time, I think I watched it wrong because I hated Michael Scott to start with, the main character. And so when I got to the end of the series, I'm like, oh, I love him. Why did I feel this way? This is so weird. I don't know why I didn't like him at the start. So I started rewatching it again from the start straight away. And that led to me watching it 7 times all the way through in a row in the space of like 7 months, which is the equivalent of watching it 31 days straight, 24 hours a day. So I really love The Office. I even have the fake Lego set. So this is a set I really want. We've got Friends, we're getting Seinfeld. These are all NBC shows. And I don't understand why we don't have The Office, especially when so many sets have hit 10K. The first set to hit 10K was NBC The Office by designer Lego The Office. Remember that designer? In October 2015. And that set was rejected by LEGO Ideas. To be fair, I wasn't even really into LEGO at this point. And even me, as a muggle, as an average viewer, remember hearing about this campaign and how they got all the cast involved and how it was such a huge hustle to get it to 10K and it was amazing to see. And LEGO knocked it back. Then, in 2018, designer The Office Lego also had a set receive 10K and was rejected. Then in 2019, designer Lego The Office, who submitted the first one that got to 10K, submitted another set that also got to 10K and was rejected. In this current wave of LEGO Ideas, there is 2 10K The Office submissions. One by, again, designer Lego The Office, and another one by So Genius 106. Now, these 2 designs, in essence, are fundamentally the same. I will acknowledge that they are featuring the office set from different sides. So one where you can't see Michael's office and one where that's the feature. But in essence, they are still the set. And also, there are another 5 sets gaining support on LEGO Ideas right now. Not to mention, who knows how many sets that have tried to reach 10K and have failed. This is a serious problem with LEGO Ideas. The fact that we have 2 sets in one wave that are basically the same design is just ridiculous. Now, why has LEGO said no to The Office when it's so abundantly clear this is a set we want? But why have they said no? I want to talk about 3 reasons I think LEGO has said no. Reason 1 is IP. So this could be an issue with the license from NBC, which seems bizarre considering we have so many other sets that are from that company. So they obviously have a very good relationship with LEGO. It's confusing why this one is an issue. If there is an issue with the license, then LEGO should have put a pending sign on the first set in 2015, similar to what we've seen on the Sonic set, until that is sorted one way or the other. Otherwise, it's unfair on designers who are still trying to make that set go, thinking the IP is okay because, oh, we can still submit to it. It's not one of the crossed out IPs you can't do content for. Second reason is the size. So, granted, the 2015 set was a huge set, and I don't think that was ever going to get made at that scale. If it is a size issue and LEGO wanted it a certain way, again, they should have just accepted the first 10K submission instead of making us guess what they want. Beyond that, they've altered several LEGO Ideas set in the past to make them smaller. Like even this year alone with the Medieval Blacksmith set number 21325, even Ship in a Bottle set number 21313, 123 Seasme Street set number 21324, and even Steamboat Willie set number 21317. They made that boat ginormous, so they have no problem changing the scale. They have no problem changing the essence of the set. So if it was an issue with size, they should have just accepted it and downsized it, and I think we would have all been okay with that. This constant submission of just slightly smaller sets to hopefully get the win is just ridiculous, and it's really unfair to designers like LEGO The Office that keep shrinking and shrinking the sets with no real word from LEGO or any feedback to what they want. The third reason why LEGO might have said no to The Office as a LEGO Ideas set is the design. What I mean by that, it's possible that LEGO wants a more unique design. Like maybe they wanted something more like Bulldozer Bricks Community 10K submission in the last wave, which, side note, is hands down the best TV LEGO Ideas submission I've ever seen. It's insane that it wasn't selected. I mean, the amount of references he fit in that build without like drastically increasing the brick count is incredible. I still don't understand why that wasn't selected because it was great. But maybe they want a design more compact like that to fit in all the key components. So like you could have Michael's office on the side and the kitchen, and without having a huge space. Again, if they wanted that, they could have done that themselves or let the designers know so they could fix that. But again, maybe they want something a little bit more left of field, like maybe a Brick Built Dundee award, which I would totally buy in an instant. That would be amazing. Or maybe they want Michael's mug brick built, which again, even that could have a real creative side to it where one half of it is the mug, and then you turn around, the other side is split into 3 levels, like the back of the Jurassic Park build. Or even like another LEGO Ideas set gaining support, who I'm a big fan of, Holly from Pod and Minifig Pals, the Monster Inc. set that she's got on there at the moment, where the back of the door is 3 separate scenes from the movie. Maybe they want something more creative like that. If that's the case, then LEGO needs to stop letting these film set builds go through, because it's literally wasting so many designers' time that they could be trying to get other TV or movie set IP sets through, and they really need to be more clear about that and what they want, because they haven't stopped The Office from being submitted, but they're not giving any information about what they want. And to be fair, like The Office isn't the only IP I've seen this with. Just recently, in consecutive waves, we saw practically the same set with Avatar The Last Airbender from 2 different designers. That was practically the same, except one, the legs moved. And again, that's just not fair, and if they wanted to make it moving, they could have just made it moving, but how do you decide which one? I think this is something that LEGO needs to work on, and maybe screening projects better before going on the site is an answer. Because for one, these waves would be smaller. If you cut out the clutter of sets you're just not gonna make, or you know another version of it is gonna make 10K and they're pretty much the same set. Designers wouldn't be wasting their time, fans wouldn't be wasting their time voting, and we wouldn't get our hopes up. Or just get rid of The Office from approved content from the list when you submit the idea. It's wasting a lot of people's time with a set that is never gonna make, and I just don't think it's fair. Massive shout out to all of you mock builders that have submitted The Office set onto LEGO Ideas. I think you're all as big a fan of The Office as me, and that's why you want it, and I think that's incredible. Hopefully one of them will be picked this wave. Anyway, thanks everyone for watching. As you might have been seeing, I'm doing a lot of videos on projects as they hit 10K, so if that's something that interests you, make sure you hit subscribe so you get all the updates, and I'll catch you on the next one.